Now to share something important related to Shavuos coming up. We read Parshas Bamidbar, usually right before Shavuos, and Rashi, the opening Rashi in Bamidbar is, Hashem says, count and celebrate. That the way we go into Shavuos is counting. We're counting the Omer, and we're counting Jews. The Parsha of the week is counting Jews. Why is that so important? To teach us that every Jew counts so much. You save a Jew, you saved a world. You chas v'shalom lose a Jew, you lost an entire world. And we know that by Rabbi Akiva, his Talmidim passed away because we weren't machshiv every single person. We didn't consider every person so important. And Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai Zal stressed to his students, Anan bechavivusa talya milsa. We're not 24,000, we're not 2,400, we're not 240. At one point, there was 6 students plus him, like the 6 days of the week and the Shabbos. And he said, we 7 will be able to do what 24,000 couldn't because of the unity, because of the achdus between us. The final shir that Rabbi Nachman gave in his life on Rosh Hashanah, the Rosh Hashanah before he passed away, he spoke about the incredible importance of each additional neighbor that comes and joins the kibbutz. When you have a gathering, Jews getting together to perform a mitzvah, each additional person that comes multiplies the effectiveness of the accomplishment of the Ruchnius. Rab Nasan Zal, after Rabbi Nachman passed away, he had students and he was mekarev many people. And one time, and on Shavuos, his students would come to him for Yantif. And on one Shavuos, they were mechabed Rab Nasan Zal in the morning to be the one to take out the Torah from the Aron Kodesh. And he went over with incredible simcha because the opening of the Aron Kodesh on earth is opening up the heavenly gates. The Zohar HaKodesh says that when the Aron Kodesh is opened, the Sharei Rachmim in Shamayim are being opened. It's an incredible Eis Rotzon. So Rab Nasan Zal went up with ecstatic joy to open the Aron Kodesh on Shavuos morning, and he took out the Sefer Torah, and he couldn't contain himself. He yelled out, he said, a new Torah, a brand new Torah for this year. And we know that on Shavuos, when the Torah speaks about Shavuos, it says, Uveyoim habikurim, on this day when the bikurim is brought, B'hakrivchem mincha chadosha l'Hashem, when we bring a new mincha to Hashem. And that word chadosha is emphasized in all Sifrei Chasidus, especially by Rab Nasan Zal. The Torah that we're going to receive on Shavuos Tafshin Pei is not the same Torah as last year. If we don't realize that, then there's no real purpose to it.
Could the Rav explain perhaps what this call is about? What are we supposed to hear, this call of Kedusha, in a little bit more detail?
I believe it's referring to every example of Koil of Kedusha. We know, for example, at Har Sinai, it speaks about the Koil Shofar, and it says there were Koilos Ubrokim. One of the ways that Hashem communicates with us is through Koil, through the voice. The voice of Hashem was heard. V'chol ha'om royen es ha'koilos. That Hashem made a miracle at Har Sinai that we were able to see sound. Number 1, the Gemara speaks about that every single day there's an announcement that goes out to the world. There's a cruz that goes out. Wake up, all of you. Realize the purpose of life. And live the right kind of life. There's a story about Rabbi Nachman that on the night of Shavuos, it's amazing. The questions bring out very important things. That on the night of Shavuos, Rabbi Nachman was walking with one of his students to go to the mikveh. We know the Zohar HaKodesh says that there's one of the most important mikvahs of the year is the mikveh of the night of Shavuos. This is referring to men. That after Chatzos, after midnight, before Alois HaShachar, during that period of time, we go to the mikveh in order to prepare ourselves for the ultimate wedding, the marriage between Hashem and Klal Yisrael, which takes place in the early hours of the morning, in the Shachris and Musaf of Shavuos, in the Keser. The Arizal goes into detail to explaining exactly how this takes place. So Rabbi Nachman was walking with this student, and Rabbi Nachman was holding his ears as if he was hearing firecrack, he was hearing booms. At one point, the student looked at Rabbi Nachman, and Rabbi Nachman said, "You don't hear what's..." And the student looked blank. Rabbi Nachman was obviously hearing the koilos of Matan Torah. So again, there is this coil of Kedusha, which is Hashem's voice, which is Hashem is announcing every single day to the world. Now the question is, what's the purpose of him announcing it if we don't hear this? This question is asked in many Sifrei Chasidus. And the answer is that, number one, the great tzaddikim do hear it. And those of us who don't hear it on a physical level, our neshama hears it.